Hi Aries, welcome to your July 2017 readings. So I'm going to try to cover home, work, and family. I'm more self-focused. That's just my abilities. So keep in mind that relationships come in all forms. Comes in the forms of coworkers, partnerships, so family members, cousins, siblings, children, mothers, fathers. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 60 if your mother's still around. Could be referring to her. For each of you, it'll be different. Just gonna grab that 1 second. All right, Aries. Sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. That's where we're going to stop. So for the first card we got is the World card. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Chariot. We have the Page of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have the Ace of Chalices. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Death card. And we have the Empress coming in at home. Okay guys, just give me a minute to tune into the energies here. Or a moment. Okay, so let's talk about work. At work, it seems like, okay, you guys are really abundant, okay? You might even have a new idea. For some of you, you might have a crush on somebody at work. I'm hearing like, bow, chicka, bow, wow, which is pretty funny. Okay, but what you need to be aware of at work is this Death card, okay? So it's like, if there is secrets at work, they're going to come to light and there'll be an ending of it, okay? But this is also talking about, like, last month we were talking about organization and stuff like that. I feel like that's still important for you guys, is like, it could even be like a new creation that you made that was secret is like coming out now, is what I'm getting. It could be quite abundant too, some sort of personal project that you were doing. But at work, what it's saying is to beware of secrets, okay? Like, or things that are hidden. So if there's stuff hidden at work, you don't want to get involved in that. It's saying don't get involved in that, okay? Like, because it could cause you harm, is what it's going to do. A cycle needs to end at work, so this could be, like, we always get into this conversation with you guys at work about working too much. It's the work-life balance you really need. There is like some sort of like, okay, like scheduling is still coming through. I got like prioritizing still coming through at work, right? You have a secret enemy though at work. I'm seeing that, who does not wish you well. Pisces is coming strong through for you guys too, for some reason. Okay. The High Priestess. So it's almost like I'm getting, okay, we have the World here, the Knave of Wands, Ace of Chalices, the Chariot. Okay, so the message I'm receiving is that, okay, for some of you guys, you're going to get an opportunity from this Empress. This Empress is going to give you an opportunity, and it's going to be like a death to an old cycle at work. It's a new creative idea, maybe. But it seems like this is a distance. There's a distance here, which is weird. That is weird. And it's going to be... it's going to catch you off surprise. It's going to you be like a little, like... It's Pisces, so it's like magical. Pisces is the magical one. They're like the fairy godmothers, you know? They're beautiful creatures. And I call them creatures because they're mystical, you know, like they're not normal. They really aren't. For some of you guys, this is talking about needing to keep things under wraps at work, though, okay? Like, so there's two ways this can go, I'm seeing at work, okay? Like, an emotional offer could be offered to you. You could get a promotion. I'm seeing that, okay? Like, you're recognized at work. But what you need to be aware is like, if you're hiding secrets and stuff like that, or spreading rumors or things like that, that will come to an end. You'll get booked for that. The cards are saying you will get booked for that, okay? So, but on the opposite end, if you've done positivity, then you're going to reap the rewards for that. That's coming through, like, and it's going to be quite beneficial to you guys. It's almost like for some of you, and I'm feeling like this is a masculine sign I'm getting, that you created some sort of magic. You created some sort of magic in a mysterious way. The messages I get, man, they're so weird sometimes, where but it's almost like people look at you that way too, Aries, like you're magical, like almost like the Pisces. I'm a little mystical, a little magical, which is that's beautiful. I'm getting, like, we got Libra here too, the Empress, that's a Libra. It's Venus, right? So it's like love and abundance. Like like it's almost like you're going to give that to others, and people are kind of like intrigued by you, or you're going to receive that from others and you're going to be kind of intrigued by it, or a little stunned and taken back. But there's some sort of cycle that's ending, and like you created it, which is quite nice. So this could even be like you suggested, like getting a company baseball team together or something like that, facing other companies for baseball, or a company picnic or something like that. Like, it seems like something like that, like that could occur. In your relationships, you got to be careful about messaging, okay? Like sending too many messages, it could get overwhelming to the other person, with the Ten of Swords here, right? This could also be because it's relationships, it has to deal with a lot, right? Like, my energies are different, right? Like, everybody has their own abilities. But what I'm seeing is, like, this is more, like, yours is more work-based. I can't even really pick up the energies for interpersonal relationships. I'm seeing, like, coworker relationships. But I'm seeing, like, a lot coming at you, getting fired at you. A lot of, like, you get a lot of, like, you did something that was quite magical. I'm getting quite magical, and you're going to get backlash for it, it seems like. But not to worry about it, because what you did was, like the universe, like, is quite proud of you for what you did. I don't know what it is that you did, but you just, like, you just broke some sort of cycle. Like, you're going to be, like, in July, it's saying that you're going to have the capability of breaking some sort of cycle at work, and in like mysterious way, right? Like, so what we could have coming for home, Aries, is like a trip. You could have a trip. Some of you, this could be going back home to see your mother even. You take a trip to see your mother, or a sibling, family members. Right. But this is a choice too. At home, you have a choice to move. And the Empress is, like, she sits alone, right? So, like, it's a new foundation that perhaps you're being built, or in a few months you're going to be able to, right? But it's like almost like this month you're going to be given something that's and it's like going to be mystical. Like, I'm getting Pisces energy. It'll be mystical. So, like, Pisces sees behind the veil, right? So it comes off as quite magical when they do that. You'll be given a new opportunity at home. It could be to move. You could move back home for some of you if that's what you need to. Uh, for some of you, this is like, I am picking up love now. There's like a new love interest, like this Empress. So this would be somebody who possibly even has children. And Aries, it seems like this person might be older than you. I got this for somebody else. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I don't remember who I got it for. My Leo moon wants to know though. I don't remember. Interesting. Maybe for whomever that it'll overlap for them. It'll be like one of their other signs, and they'll get it. Okay, so at home, it's like this new beginning, this new emotional start is going to happen. It could even be a family trip is taken with siblings. You could take a trip with siblings. This is like going camping even, to the beach. I'm seeing the beach by the ocean, just sitting down and tanning by the ocean maybe even, or by a lake or a river, you know, when the kids are playing. What I am concerned about is like in your relationships, you have this Ten of Swords. Okay, so it's like there's an end to an old cycle that has to stop, and it is going to stop. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so it's saying in relationships, okay, like what the cards I just pulled, we got the Magician, we got the Ace, or the Queen of Cups, and we got the Eight of Swords. So this is emotional manipulation happening in relationships, okay? So that needs to stop. That could be that could be your partner, or that could be you. That needs to stop. Or it's saying that you can't emotionally manipulate, right? Like, so what I'm getting is like withholding messages, right? Like there has to be an even flow. Like if somebody messages you, you message them back. You don't wait like a day to 2 days thinking, oh, I'm going to play hard to get. Okay, well then that's manipulation, right? That's not going to work. We got the Ten of Swords here. We got the Death card. Like that, you could be ruining an offer that comes to you, right? There's got to be an even equal give and take, because there is a chance here that it could you could come off naive, right? Like doing stuff like that is quite naive, right? But there's talking about open communication here is needed, because the final sword's going to be put in, right? So like if there's manipulation happening, well then your spouse is going to put their foot down, or you're going to have to put your foot down, right? Like there's some sense here of emotional withdrawal or manipulation. So this could even be like withholding sex, right? Like until you're not getting emotions, so they're not going to get sex, right? Well, that maybe they're not giving you emotions because they're not getting sex, and then they feel like you don't want them anymore. So that's the actual issue. So that's causing them to go within and like the Ten of Swords, feeling betrayed. You know what I mean? Like something's up. To them, they might feel like something sneaky, right? So like there's a sense here of like facing the issues head on in your relationships, but not using any trickery or manipulation. It's just like being open and honest. It has to be open and honest, right? It has to come from the heart. This is a flow. It's got to come from the heart is what I'm getting. The Empress, right? It's like compassion, empathy, nurturing. You got to do that to yourself, and you got to do that to the other person, right? It's not fair if you're playing games with the other person, or the other person's playing games with you. So you need to call them out on that. It's what it's saying. Send the message. Call them out. You know, like it's going to bring you abundance with the World here, the Ace of Wands, the Chariot. Like you got really positive cards here, okay? So be like don't be afraid to break an old cycle here, okay? So, and at work it's saying not to close up emotionally, right? And also not to be too emotionally giving, right? Because like I've brought this up too with you guys, Aries. You guys are very caring people. You're very, what's the word? You're very kind. You're very generous. And as an Aries is like one of the first people to jump in and help anybody out. help anybody out that needs it. They're always, like, yes sir, I can do that, sir, like, but they're honestly like the soldier that's picking up while the bombs are coming down and they're getting fired at. Aries is a soldier, firing back like the Terminator, running, picking up, people that, maybe just got a small flesh wound on their leg and they're like wimping about it. And Aries picks them up, throws them on their back, and is picking up like 6-7 other people and dragging them to safety. You know what I mean? Like, but there's a sense here you could even be saving people that don't need to be saved. You know what I mean? Like, you could be giving more than these people might not be even grateful for what you're doing for them, is what I'm getting at work. So be very careful of your emotions at work and not being emotionally taken advantage of. Okay, like there is something hidden at work that you don't see. You will see it by the end of the month, the cards are saying. Okay, and at home, what I'm getting is like you really need to communicate, Aries. This has come up for a little bit for you guys. Communication is very important for you guys. Okay, like you should be able to verbally express yourself to your partner. If there's problems happening, then you need to express that. Yeah, okay, so in your relationships, you need to release the old way of doing things. Okay, like, I do feel like you guys started some sort of new cycle, though. You are, by the end of the month, going to be doing a new cycle. It is coming strongly through here. And those of you that are just tuning in, your mid-months are done differently than the monthlies. And for some in some readings, energies, depending on where you are, can flow anywhere from 3 to 6 months. For some readings, it depends on where you are energy-wise, right? Like, so if you haven't leveled up or like found the problem or fixed the glitch in the program, then you kind of, it's like almost like you're stuck in a time loop energy-wise. You just keep repeating the same thing over and over again, right? So the energies haven't changed yet. So therefore, you might still be a little, like a few months behind, in specific readings. Like a reading that was done 3 months ago from a reader could apply to you more than a reading that is done this month. Like it all depends on your energies, where you're at energy wise. Like energies are interchangeable too, right? So as soon as that's the thing. As soon as you change the energy, then the vibration and frequency is different. So the messages or the new problems, the new quests, the new messages that you'll be getting are for something completely different than what you were just facing. You know what I mean? So, like, because energies are interchangeable, the cards will start changing. But not everybody's at the same level. You know what I mean? We're all learning at our own pace. Like, we all have our own paper, our own exam that we have to do, right? So, I do feel like positive at work. There's this, like, I'm getting like this. Be careful at work, though, because there's some people that, that I feel like you gave people like more than they gave you, is what I'm getting. Don't let your emotions get carried away. And this is like this Queen of Cups person, so a Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, not necessarily. It could be somewhere in their chart, strong placement somewhere in their chart. I would watch out for her. She could have bad intentions towards you. Or she's emotionally using you, one or the other. I don't know who she is, though. So she would come across quite friendly. I'm getting more of a Scorpio energy, though. Okay, so if there's a Scorpio around your work, okay, there's one or two ways this can go. The Scorpio could either be a good thing, or the Scorpio could be a bad thing. And you're going to have to trust your intuition on that. Because I'm not allowed to interfere with free will in certain circumstances. Trust your intuition about this water sign. Okay, that's going to be all you. Trust your intuition about the water sign. I am getting Scorpio, though. Pisces I see as positive. It's the Scorpio that I see that there could be some issues with. Let's check. Yeah, okay, I just pulled, it's the Seven of Swords on top of the Queen of Cups at work. So this is at work. So somebody who's a Scorpio at work, a Gemini, a Scorpio or a Gemini I'm getting. You need to be very careful about them. Okay? They could be even watching you, is what I'm getting. And you may have a Pisces that is able to confirm this for you somehow. Or somebody with a strong Pisces placement can confirm this for you somehow. This Scorpio is quite sneaky though, okay? It could be male or female. It goes both ways. It's quite sneaky though. And I'm getting like the vibe of like she seems very friendly and upfront and smiling and everything to your face, but she's got like she doesn't mean well. She's for herself, this woman. I don't know who she is. But the Pisces is a positive. The Scorpio is a negative, is what I'm feeling. All right, you guys. At home, though, like there's a positive energy at home, you guys. That's really beautiful to see. It's like getting in touch with the family, too, you know, like taking a trip, a journey is what I'm getting. Not to worry, though, so much at home, okay? It's all about communication because if you communicate, then the people around you know what's going on, okay? There's a sense here of like your family members, and at home, people need to be more connected with you. And there seems to be like with this magician, it's like they feel like they're being tricked or lied to, or like something's being hidden from them, but it's just a matter of communication with them. Openly talking and discussing with them is what's coming through. All right, you guys, hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you in months. Ciao for now.